Welcome to Kitchen Uncovered. I'm Chef Andrew Nicholson of the Culinary Institute of Canada. Today, special guest, Chef Jeff McCourt. Welcome to the show. And tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a graduate of the Culinary Institute and what's been going on.
Well, thanks for having me, Andrew. Like I said, I'm a graduate of the Culinary Institute 20-some years ago. Now I've taken a bit of a turn in the road as far as my career goes. Now the owner, operator of Glasgow Glen Farm.
Glasgow Glen Farm.
We produce Cheese Ladies Gouda. So the Gouda cheese has been made on PEI here for the last 25 years by Martina Terbeek. She kind of started
really
the
good
company.
Product.
Yeah, great product. As a chef, we've been using it for I think
25 years.
25 years for sure. And it uses something we have lots of, which is good quality milk.
Right. So what is it about Gouda cheese? Why is it in the wheels, and why is it different than cheddars?
Well, I mean, Gouda cheese, it's named after the town where it's produced originally. So in Gouda, or in Dutch they call it Gouda.
Gouda?
In Holland.
Okay.
And traditionally it's in that yellow plastic rind, protects the cheese. And it just was a signature of their cheese in that particular town.
Okay, so that's good. So you got some different flavors that we're going to test out today. We're going to talk more that it's just more than cheese and crackers. We're going to do some cooking styles with it, right?
Definitely.
That's what we're doing today?
Yep. No, the cheese is a very versatile cheese.
Yep.
It ages very well. So it goes from a nice mild cheese, which is 6 weeks to 4 months old.
Right.
Really nice, creamy, buttery texture to it. To an aged cheese where it's a lot more like Parmesan, where it's a grading quality. Yeah, and definitely the flavor changes as that aging process happens.
So what are we going to be doing today, Jeff?
So we're going to be showcasing the cheese. Like you said, it's not just cheese and crackers.
Yep.
The ultimate, for me, is grilled cheese. It's that comfort food. Everyone loves a grilled cheese. How can you get better than that nice crispy outside with that oozy cheese kind of center?
Yeah.
We're going to add some bacon in there.
Oh, nice.
And a little zip with some red pepper jelly.
Okay.
Just to kind of zip it up.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Let's do
Let's
do
go.
it. So where do we start? What do we need to get rolling here?
So for a grilled cheese sandwich, you need your bread. So we got a nice crusty, multi-grain bread here, 14 grain, nice, good for you, healthy. It's got some oomph to it.
Lots of texture, nice crust on it.
Not just your
counteract the cheese a little
Wonder
bit.
Bread. You want something there that has some guts to it.
Okay.
Obviously, we need to butter our bread.
On the outside?
On the outside.
So we can toast it in the pan?
Yeah.
We got a cast iron pan?
Yep. Nicely heated up here now. Good tip is to get your pan heated first.
Okay.
So that's nice, ready, waiting for you. And we all know fat's flavor, so we're pretty liberal with the butter.
With butter, right?
Yeah.
Everything's Gouda with butter.
Gouda with butter. So we have our bread buttered. I'm just gonna make sure this is good and
So what
hot.
kind of cheese are we going to use for this today?
So we're gonna put in some onion red pepper Gouda.
Onion red pepper?
Yeah, it was our. That's it there. So just as it says, onion red pepper flavor. It's our #1 seller in the shop.
Okay, so we're going to do a grilled cheese. We're going to put some oil in the pan, you were saying?
Yep, we're going to put some oil in the pan. And we put some oil in there. We got butter on the bread.
Yeah.
But we put oil in there. We want to raise that smoke point of the butter.
Right, so it doesn't burn and brown.
Right away.
We just want a nice caramelization,
Exactly.
nice browning.
So we got
of
a
the
nice
bread.
hot pan here. And we're going to get that started, actually. We're going to get that kind of working.
Okay.
And while that's working.
Because most people would build the grilled cheese outside and then put it in the pan, but this kind of gets it rolling.
So we'll put some red pepper jelly on our piece of bread in the pan. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Basically sweet and spicy, right? It just kind of adds that another level of flavor to the mix.
So is this product you have at the Glasgow Glen Farm, or is this?
No, this is something you can pick up at any kind of local grocery store. Some people make it at home. It's great.
Okay.
Great
Easy
use.
to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Just adds a little different flavor to the sandwich a little bit.
Exactly. So then we're going to add our grilled cheese, or our cheese to it. So this is our onion red pepper cheese.
Yeah.
We got our handy dandy slicer here. It takes off. And for me,
it's just nice soft cheese, eh?
Yeah.
So is the rind on the outside edible, Jeff? Can you eat it, or should that be removed?
That should be removed when you're kind of
whenever you're peeling it and working with it.
It's there to protect the cheese. So as the cheese ages, it's kind of protects the cheese from the elements.
Yep.
It's kind of one way, but it does allow the moisture of the cheese to leave. So it's actually a living, breathing organism. It's like a little bacteria farm. You know,
Okay.
all good bacteria that fermenting that cheese.
That cheese helping it age. The
Yeah,
aging process.
exactly. So we got,
Okay.
and you can be liberal with cheese. You know, use as much as you can.
Yeah, there you go, right? Exactly. Okay. All right.
Oh, maybe I'll put that here.
So we also have some,
So we also got some
we have some bacon.
some bacon.
Okay.
And what's better?
What's better on grilled cheese than bacon, right?
Well, cheese and bacon, it's hard to beat. So we just kind of warmed this up in the oven here. We got some nice double smoked bacon.
Okay.
Any bacon will work.
With the grilled cheese, what else can we do? Are we going to do with the cheese today?
Oh, we're gonna make pizza.
Pizza?
And we'll do a cheese fondue.
Oh, awesome!
So
Can't wait.
we're gonna get this lid on.
So
And at this point,
roasted pepper and onion Gouda cheese.
yeah, and we're ready to flip.
Perfect.
And you got that nice caramelization, a little bit crusty there. Gonna give some crunch to the sandwich.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna let that, you wanna make sure that the outside is not burnt and the cheese is melted on the inside.
Melted on the inside.
Yeah.
Which is nice to get the heat through the bottom.
Yeah, so you're regulating the heat, you're making sure that it doesn't get too hot.
Okay.
Very important when you're making a good grilled cheese.
All right, we're going to let this finish up, and we're going to come right back. We're going to do a quick Gouda cheese pizza. Don't go away. Welcome back to Kitchen Uncovered. I'm Chef Andrew Nicholson of the Culinary Institute of Canada. Today here with the big cheese, Jeff McCourt. Jeff, we've got our grilled cheese with bacon, and we've got the roasted pepper and onion Gouda.
Yeah.
Now we're going to make some pizza. So what's the secret behind the pizza?
Well, it's all about the cheese, right?
It's all about the cheese.
We all love pizza. And, pizza is only as good as the ingredients that we use.
Well, there you go, right?
So we're using, our pizza today, we're using our pizza flavored cheese.
Okay.
So
that's one of
it's
your
one
flavors.
a new one that we developed. Something the kids can kind of relate to. Everyone loves pizza. They all know what it tastes like. So we've taken all the main ingredients of pizza and put in cheese.
Okay, perfect.
So
So pizza dough.
pizza dough. Kind of grab your best family recipe for pizza dough, and it's very simple. Your flour, your water, some sugar and yeast, a little bit of oil there to make the dough elastic.
Right.
And basically blitz it up in a food processor or in a mixing bowl.
Let it rise. Roll
Let it
out.
rise. Yeah. Importantly, to let it rise.
Okay.
Just so you build up the elasticity in the dough.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going to get us started on the dough, but before that,
Okay.
you can do our pesto, our red
Pesto.
pesto.
So we're
Yeah.
using a pesto for our sauce instead of traditional tomato sauce.
It's got a little more.
kinda cool.
A little more flavor.
Okay.
Right. So we got our sun-dried tomatoes, our Kalamata olives,
Okay.
our oregano.
Oregano. Now most pestos are made with basil, but we're going to use oregano today.
Oregano is a pizza herb, right? So it's
Okay.
kind of a traditional flavor. We got
Right.
our pine nuts.
Pine nuts. We could
And-
toast those if we wanted to, but
Yeah. We got
Okay.
some, and then our olive oil
some olive oil.
and our lemon zest and juice. And that's just going to give it an extra little.
All right. And there's no secret to this. It's just kind of dump it all in the.
Dump it all in and turn it on.
Turn
and
it on. Let it
Yep.
pulverize.
Just till it's nice and soft
Just
and
the seasoning as you
smooth.
have to
Yeah.
till it's smooth.
Yep.
A little bit of Tabasco just for some heat.
Yep. Definitely.
A couple of good shakes.
So I'll get started on the pizza dough here. We got a nice dough that we've let rise. It's gone through one rise. So we're going to roll the dough by hand, or shape the dough by hand.
Okay.
And like I said, we want that nice outside crust. That's why we're just kind of, you stretch it every now and then. You kind of let gravity do its thing. The dough is kind of stretching just on its own.
Yep. So you want the dough to stretch out. You don't need a rolling pin. You just kind of do it
No,
by.
you can kind of do it by hand. You can flatten it out, any kind of spots on it. This is where you get real fancy and throw it up in the air. And
There you go. Right. Spin it. Stick it to the seal, and it's done.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Okay. So we don't want to pulverize this pesto, right? We want
no, just kind of nice, rough. Kind of a paste,
So we're
basically.
probably in good shape
Yeah.
there.
And you can make your dough as thick or thin as you like. You like thin crust, you like thick crust. It's all
Yeah.
about then how long you keep it in the oven.
Right on.
So we'll do a decent size.
Smells good. Pesto smells great with the olive oil and the.
Yeah, the black olives really give it a punch too.
Yeah. Cool.
So we have our dough ready.
Dough's
we have
ready.
our pesto ready. And kind of little goes a long way, this pesto. We got lots of big flavors going on there. The sun-dried tomatoes, the olives, it's very concentrated.
Yep.
It does store in your fridge for probably up to a month, well covered.
Okay.
Great on pasta as well. It's a kind of an instant pasta sauce. So very versatile ingredient.
Yeah, and you can do different variations of this too. If you
Oh,
don't
for
like
sure.
the olives, or you
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
like the oregano, you just
Yeah,
change
it out.
the herbs. It's not a big roast the pine nuts a little
No.
bit to give it a little extra flavor.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the other cheese. You said you have 14 different varieties of flavors you're kind of developing. And
Yeah,
so we've got the roasted red pepper that we've used.
Yeah.
We've got the pizza
Flavor that we're using
Right.
today. What you said, sun-dried tomato, Italian herb, onions, garlic. We also do a peppercorn cheese. Our newest variety is a beer cheese.
beer cheese.
So we've soaked our cheese in Sydney Street Stout, so Island Brewing Company Sydney
Oh,
Street
right on.
Stout, and allowed the kind of the flavor of the beer to really it sits in there for 2 days, so it kind of soaks up all that
the
flavor.
Yeah,
And then we coat the cheese as normal, and then we let it age for about 3 months.
3 months. So it'll be a mild flavor, but you can really take the stout out of
Yeah,
the flavor.
definitely. It comes out in the kind of the nose of the cheese.
Good.
Here's our pizza cheese.
So our pizza cheese.
Nice, gooey, just like our grilled
So
cheese.
onions, peppers, the normal stuff you'd find in a
Yep.
in a pizza.
Yep, for sure. And don't be, don't
Don't be too stingy
shy.
with it.
Don't be stingy with the cheese.
Right.
When in doubt, use more cheese.
Exactly.
So we have our
So you got
cheese
some
here.
sliced potatoes here. So what,
Yeah. So and pizza for the most part, we put our sauce down. We make sure we put our cheese down before we put our toppings on.
Okay.
Because we don't want the cheese to burn.
Oh, okay.
So we put the cheese at the bottom so it stays
Good
nice and
point.
gooey.
Yeah.
Then we got some good PI potatoes here. And these are just
So do we
thinly.
blanch those ahead, or we just thinly slice them and put
I
them
think
on?
thinly sliced. Well, we should be fine. We got the
Crisp up in a
pizza
nice hot
oven.
oven?
Yeah, the pizza oven there is going to keep it nice and hot.
Okay.
So we have some potatoes.
Goes down there.
We got some asparagus here.
Some potatoes, asparagus, or oregano, sun-dried tomato pesto,
Yeah, kind of. And we'll put some a few of these
cherry tomatoes.
cherry tomatoes just for some color. You
Right
can
on.
make a nice pattern. You can do it organic.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about making your own pizza. You can do whatever you want. And
Right. But you want to feature the cheese. You want to make sure the cheese is
yeah,
there.
and we'll top it up
Little
just
bit
with a
extra.
little fresh, just fresh grated on top, just to make like I said, you can never
Cool.
have
So
too
what type
much
of,
cheese.
What type of oven would you? Temperature oven? Would
You want to
put
cook this in a nice hot oven, so 450 for about 20 minutes. You want to make sure your crust is cooked at the bottom, your cheese is melted, and your vegetables are browned.
Right, and we happen to have the nice firewood stone oven. So, but if you had at home, you had a pizza stone or something, you preheat that in the oven,
exactly.
right? You have to get that
Pizza
hot
stone.
so that
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah, it's all about the crust.
It's all about the crust.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeff's going to put that in the oven, and we come right back. We're going to do a little bit of cheese fondue. Don't go away. Welcome back to Kitchen Uncovered. I'm Chef Andrew Nicholson at the Culinary Institute of Canada. Today here with the big cheese, Chef Jeff McCourt. So Jeff, we've got our grilled cheese made and ready. We put our pizza together. What are we going to do next featuring the Gouda?
So we got a very traditional dish, European by origin, cheese fondue.
Fondue.
So
Nice.
Gouda cheese it's a great melting cheese, as
Yep.
we've seen.
Yeah.
Again, it makes a great fondue cheese. You can use other cheeses such as Gruyere, Swiss, more traditional flavor varieties, but Gouda works just
Gouda's
as
better.
well.
Okay. So what do we need to do?
So we're going to start. We got some white wine here, and we're going to get it
A nice hot pan.
hot pan. Get that wine kind of
reducing?
boiling. Yeah. We
Okay.
want to heat the wine up in order so when we add the cheese,
Yep. So just
it's going to
normal
melt.
white wine with a little bit of lemon juice?
And it kind of gives the fondue that, and I'm adding the lemon there, it gives that kind of acidity to it, that acidic edge to it.
Okay.
So we're just going to let that kind of sit here. And then we'll get our cheese ready.
Couple of different Goudas here.
Yeah. So we have our, this is a medium Gouda.
Okay.
So aged for 4 to 7 months. I think this one's about 5 months old.
Okay.
So it's a little firmer in texture, a little more sharpness and flavor.
But not overpowering.
Not overpowering.
Nice and balanced,
yeah.
so you can.
And we also have an aged garlic Gouda. So this has got almost 10 months old. It's got the garlic flavor in it, so it's got a real sharp, nice garlic edge to it.
A little bit firmer. You can see that it's a little bit firmer.
And that's just the age. That's the difference the age makes.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take. Need to take some cheese here.
Okay. So is there a special ratio to this that we do with the medium?
I'm doing about 3 to 1.
3 to 1.
Yeah.
Of the medium to the
old. Yeah.
Old.
And we're just gonna put a lot, maybe a little bit extra. You never.
Yeah. It doesn't never have too much, right?
So there's about 16 ounces of cheese in total.
No, thereabouts. You measure like I do. You just kind of guesstimate, right?
So we have our cornstarch here.
Okay.
And this is going to basically, as the liquid boils, this is going to thicken.
Acts as a thickening agent.
Exactly.
So it doesn't. Is there any chance of this splitting on us? Or
do
we have enough fat content in the Gouda?
I think the fat content's fine, and I think the cornstarch helps with that process too.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that over here. Traditionally, you can serve your fondue with crusty bread.
Right.
We're going to add some kind of nice nutritional element here. We got some blanched vegetables, some cauliflower, some broccoli.
Yeah.
We got some crusty bread there for those who still.
We're not going to dice it. We're just going to tear it up.
Tear it up.
Nice big chunks to work with.
And you're just going to take your fork and stab it. It's very communal. That's the great thing about fondue.
Right?
And you don't realize how much you're eating as you're doing your fondue, whether it's a meat fondue or a chocolate fondue. Same with the cheese.
Okay. I like bread, so I just kind of go crazy.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, we got our veggies, put some tomatoes there. We got some PEI potatoes there, some nice little baby reds that will kind of heat up, and you can serve it warm or cold, but dip them in the cheese.
Right.
Great way for it's great for the kids too. It's kind of fun, it's a way to make a meal fun.
Yeah, gets everybody interactive and kind of working.
Exactly. Yeah, talking and okay. And as we got our wine liquid boiling here, and just this kind of takes you just got to kind of stay on top of it. You're continually whisking in the fresh cheese.
Yep. So it's kind of making almost like a cheese sauce.
Kind of, yeah. And you can use, we started with the wine. You can use, any quality of white wine. The thing to remember, the better the quality of the wine you start with, the better the quality of the fondue in the end.
Right. And the cheese.
And the cheese, of course.
All right, I'm just going to set those out.
So that's getting ready.
So we've got a couple of spices here. We've got some cayenne, a little bit of nutmeg. So
yes, we're going to finish that off once we get all our cheese worked in. Oh, we're kind of getting...
Put a fork on the side so people can dig in.
And with a fondue, I mean, you can you have your fondue pot and you light your warmer and keeps the cheese warm.
Oh, it's starting to thicken up nicely.
Yeah.
And you just want to whisk it till it's smooth, right?
Yeah, exactly. All your cheese should be smooth. All the grated cheese should be kind of melted, and it doesn't take very long.
So we had about a cup of wine, a squeeze of lemon, and then we had about
a pound of cheese.
Yeah. That's easy to remember.
Yeah. And it's a good way to use up any cheese that may be sticking around your fridge that you need to kind of get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, move along, and it's all about kind of using up your stuff here. So, and we'll finish it just a little pinch of cayenne.
Just add a little bit of heat.
Yeah, just a little bit of heat.
I'll take care of that.
Very traditional, that nutmeg flavor. Little goes a long way with nutmeg, so very careful. And a little bit of salt.
A little bit of pepper.
A little bit of pepper.
Okay.
And as you can see, That cheese mixture now is
Getting
nice.
thick and nice.
Yeah, it's starting to bubble.
Right on.
And this is kind of exactly what you're...
We got another little sauce pot to put it in here, so it's on a presentation board.
So we're good to go.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice smooth texture. You can really
Yeah.
smell the different cheese.
Yeah, and the alcohol kind of burns off, as we're heating it up.
Yeah.
But just offers that kind of acidity and everything that you need to kind of balance out
Right.
that rich cheese flavor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So our cheese fondue is ready. Now we're going to check on our grilled cheese.
Yeah, we'll get our grilled cheese up and plated here. So we have a little bread dip, just a balsamic vinegar and olive oil.
Yep.
Just a nice little kind of...
As opposed to the traditional ketchup the kids always want to have on
yeah,
there.
a little healthier.
Yeah.
So we have our
Oh, there you go. Look
grilled
at that.
cheese, our bacon, the nice crispy bacon
Right
in there.
on. Yeah.
And we're just
Nice
gonna...
and crispy on the outside. And
Yeah,
gooey
and
goodness on the inside.
there's what you're looking for,
Oh, yeah,
is
look
that
at that.
nice kind of oozy cheese. That's the kind of why Gouda cheese makes a good grilled cheese.
Right on.
It stays there and kind of hangs out.
Okay. Beauty.
We have our grilled cheese. And
Grilled cheese,
we'll
and then
finish
we have
up
a
with
pizza.
our...
Looks great. Awesome.
So your cheese is melted, it's not
Yep.
burned. We got that nice brown crust. And
Nice. You can just see the texture of the cheese.
yeah, and you can cut it with a pizza wheel, chef's knife,
Awesome.
eat it by hand.
Great ideas. So not just cheese and crackers.
Not just cheese and crackers. You can
Right on.
incorporate into your weekly
Okay.
food menu. Makes good mac and cheese as well.
Right on. So we'll be out to see you at the Glasgow Glen Farms. Thanks for joining us on the show today.
No problem.
Pleasure having you. Thank you for joining us. For more information and check out our website for recipes, kitchenuncovered.com. I'm Chef Andrew Nichols with Culinary Institute of Canada. Check us out next time.